just go back on the Ukraine border conversation with Republicans. Can you drill down specifically on what some of the compromises the president's willing to support?
I mean, look, I'm just going to reiterate what my colleague just stated, that there is no negotiating from here. That's not what we're going to do. You heard my topper when I talked about how for some time now there were Republicans and Democrats who were behaving in good faith in trying to move forward with this. And now what we're seeing from many Republicans is trying to certainly set us back here. It is critical to our national security that Congress act now. You just heard the Admiral say that it's by the end of this month. That is the timing here, by the end of this month. We are running out of time. Congress has a choice. They have a choice. And you heard this very clearly from the president earlier this afternoon. Are they going to support democracy and freedom by standing with Ukraine, as we have been doing from the beginning? Let's not forget there was bipartisan support, majority bipartisan support for Congress when this all started. When Putin launched its war, there was bipartisan support, and that should remain. And so, if we don't do that, we're risk giving Putin the greatest gift right now. And so we have to act. The time is now. The world is watching for sure, and we can't let Putin win. And so that's our message. It's going to continue to be our message. We have been talking to Congress for some time now. And we're certainly going to continue to have those conversations, but I'm just not going to get into a tit for tat or a policy for policy by negotiating here at the podium.
Can you just more broadly sort of address, I think this overarching criticism that Republicans have had is that they now have and they've had for about a year now, one chamber of Congress, and that sort of the outlines of bills change with time of who has the White House, who has control of the chambers. So is the White House essentially acting in good faith and just acknowledging that this is a different Congress than that you guys had at the start of this presidency, and how you're going at this?
I'm not understanding the White House having to act in good faith. What I can tell you right now is that we made it very clear. There was a letter that was put out on Monday by Shalonda Young, obviously the director of OMB, and there is no, magical pot of funding available. We have a country, Ukraine, that is fighting for their democracy, that is fighting for their sovereignty. That is incredibly important. They are fighting against an aggression that they have seen, right, for almost 2 years from Putin. And that is, we have to understand that, yes, in the beginning there was a bipartisan support. Let's not forget the Speaker Johnson himself, talking about a new Congress. This is the Speaker, and he said, and I'll quote, "We can't allow Vladimir Putin to prevail in Ukraine because I don't believe it would stop there. We're not going to abandon them." This is coming from the Speaker of the House, right? The Republican leader of the House.
On the and I apologize for being so inarticulate, but on the border aspect of this, Republicans are saying you just don't have both chambers of Congress. You got to be willing to go along with a more conservative bill. That's just the nature of the moment.
But here's the thing, we probably should not be making this a partisan issue. We shouldn't, and they're blocking funding. Right? There's a reason why the president put border security in this national security supplement, because we believe it's incredibly important. From day one, the president put forward a comprehensive immigration policy to try and deal with this. But Republicans are playing politics with this. They're playing politics. I'm not going to negotiate on the provisions they're asking for, the policies that they want to change. I'm not going to get into that. But there's a reality here. There's a reality here. And I talked about how there have been senators have engaged in good faith in negotiations. There have been, right? Democrats have been bipartisan compromises here. They have been some good faith negotiation happening in Congress. But then what you hear from Republicans yesterday is they are doubling down yet again. And so, look, we have been taking this very seriously and trying to deal with this border security issue. This is an issue that has been happening before this president came into office. Democrat and Republican presidents have had to deal with this. The system is indeed broken, but they have to take this seriously.